Welcome back. I'm Mark, and the thing I've been thinking about lately is where do grown men in their 40s, 50s, so on, make new male friends? In our school days, in high school, college, people make friends all the time. You're sharing classes, you're sharing experiences, you're all packed in together. And it's no surprise that people find their clique. You find your group, you find some people you share common interests with, and that's great. Also, you tend to live fairly close to each other, so there's convenience. And in those years, at least until college, most everybody is single, and they have a fair amount of spare time. But somebody like me, in their 40s, married, has a couple children, has a full-time job, you find yourself with a lot less spare time, and outside of work, I'm not really with groups of new people a lot. I attend a church, so there's my group there. There's friends and family, family to start with, friends that I've made through being there for a while, it's been a few years. In particular, the worship team. I play bass guitar with the band, time or two a month. And so the people who I share that love of music with, those become my people. They have at previous churches for the last almost 30 years that I've been doing that. The music people are my people. But that's great at church. And a little bit of hanging out outside of church once in a while. But I don't spend a lot of time hanging out with friends, to be honest. I work 8 or 10 hours a day, and I go home and I spend time with my wife and my kids. And that is what I want most of the time. I'm incredibly thankful to have them. But sometimes it's good to get away from your wife and kids, your spouse and kids. Women need the same thing. They need to go out and be with friends and escape the daily grind and the chores and responsibilities at home. And that's okay. Everybody deserves that. But where do you make new friends? Church is a good answer. Work can be a good answer. I've always found that after spending 8 or 10 hours a day with people at work, I'm not looking to hang out with them socially outside of work. That's always just been kind of how I feel. I have people who are great friends at work. But again, after all day with them, I'm good. Even when the weekend comes, it's kind of nice to be away from them for a couple of days. You don't really want to spend more time with them. Maybe you do, that's fine, everybody's different. But back to the original question. I personally don't really drink, I don't really go to bars, I don't go meet people there. I'm not a sports fan. Not into football, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever. Not my thing. So even when I do meet people, that's a very common bonding topic for men. Your favorite team, your favorite players, stats, whatever. It's not for me. And so that makes it a little harder. But what else? What do men bond over? I hunt. A little deer hunting, a little turkey hunting. I enjoy that. And yeah, I can talk hunting, a little bit of fishing. But I don't obsess over it. I don't spend lots of money on it. I don't need the newest gear. I don't spend time reading the magazines or articles online a lot about how to hunt or how to fish. Kind of old-fashioned. Go out and just do it the way it's been being done for many years. So, again, I can talk a little, tell stories, but it all seems to kind of fizzle out quickly. I'm curious where other men in this situation make new friends. We have a small group, care circle through our church. My wife and I meet with 2 other families right now and 2 other couples. And the husbands in those families are great guys. They share my love of hunting, and we talk hunting. And that's great. We talk guns, we talk hunting, we talk about a variety of things, our jobs, music sometimes. But there's nothing wrong with that. But those guys are in the same boat as me. They have jobs, they have wives, they have kids, they have a lot of responsibilities. It's hard to get together and spend a lot of time with them, but I also see them at church. I see them in our care circle. I don't know. My wife often tells me, she's like, you should go hang out with the guys. And I go, well, what guys? Where we live currently is not close to where the guys that I grew up with are from. I have a small group of friends, very small. They get together about once a year. My older brother, 2 or 3 other guys. One of them has a grown son that joins us. I watched him grow up, so he's just been part of the gang since he was a kid. We get together and we go bowling for a couple hours and grab dinner, grab pizza or something, and we just catch up and visit for a while. And that's great to do, and I would love to see those guys more often, but we don't live real close to each other. It is a lot of work to get together and schedule something. We have to start a month ahead of time just to arrange for one evening. And got another friend who, he and his wife share my love of music and some local bands and things that we've gone to see. That's been going on for 25 years, and we still go see a few concerts a couple times a year. Great to spend time with them. They live back home where I grew up, so when I'm in town, I try to get together with them. But man, it's just hard to meet new people, at least for me. My wife is really good at just meeting complete strangers, asking questions. She doesn't overthink it. She just starts asking questions, get to know you stuff. Give her a few minutes, she'll know their names and their family members and if they have kids and when they met and where they met, how they met, whatever, what they do for a living, where they're from. It's funny to me because I always overthink it. I'm like, oh, that seems creepy to ask too many of those questions. You meet a complete stranger and they want to know everything about you. These days, that seems weird. She makes it not weird for people. It's a little gift she has that she learned from her grandpa. I'm a little jealous sometimes. I just laugh and kind of watch and kind of laugh when she's doing that because I'm like, I could not do that. And that presents the challenge of meeting people even in the right scenarios. I just don't meet them. I sit and I people watch and I listen, and then I go home and haven't met anybody. So maybe it's all just my fault for not being brave enough to go out and start a conversation. But anyway, enough of my rambling about this. What I want to know is, how have you made friends in adult life? Anything post-college, probably. I mean, your spouse, if you got married, they have their girlfriend, your wives have girlfriends who get married. They have husbands. The girls want to get together. They want the husbands to get together. And it's great. Maybe that works. Maybe you really hit it off and your families get together. It's awesome when it works. Other than that, I'm at a loss. So most days I just work, I go home, and I spend time with my family, and I am blessed to be able to do that. And I'm doing just fine without a lot of guy friends, but there are times that it would be nice to have some guys to just go hang out with socially. So let me know what worked for you or what doesn't. Why, if you're struggling with it too, maybe we share this problem. I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for watching Musing with Mark. I appreciate it. Please like the video if you would. Subscribe if you'd like to hear more. And comment if you have anything to say. Thank you for your time. Bye.